special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then...
And fam, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I have been so excited to do this video. Wear test finally on the LYS Beauty products. I've got the foundation, setting powder, cream blush, and bronzer. Let's go ahead and get into it. So my shade here is the, what's my shade? DG6. And online, I wasn't sure. I felt like this might have been too light. However, once I got it on my face, it ended up being okay. I have been wearing this foundation over a week now, so I know how it wears. And I have a couple of thoughts on it. So first things first here, I have found that it is better to apply it with a sponge of your choice. I like the Cosmetics Wedges by Ulta, the jumbo ones, versus a brush. The brush I typically use for my foundation is the Makeup Forever 108 flat foundation brush. Reason why I feel it's better with the sponge is because this is a serum foundation. Therefore, even with this brush, which typically doesn't make any foundation streaky, I have found that foundations that tend to be more of a serum or kind of have that tinted moisturizer feel, that type of brush can make it streaky. So definitely you want to make sure that you are using it with a sponge versus a brush. I know a sponge is going to soak up, you know, a good bit of the product. However, it was really, really hard blending it out with the brush. I also feel like this foundation, you kind of have to work fast. It's a very, very interesting consistency. It's more of a watery consistency, if you will, which would give me the thought that, oh, okay, I think it's going to be dewy. I have a lot more time to blend. No, this dries down, but it doesn't dry down in a matte formula kind of way. The only way that I can think to describe this is that it almost dries down. It's tacky. I don't want to say sticky, but it is tacky, I feel. And I am someone who typically does not put foundation on my forehead, just simply because I feel that foundation on the forehead just doesn't look that great. Now, of course, if your foundation and shade is just a little bit off, then yeah, pull it up on your forehead. However, to counteract that, I always bronze my forehead, so it just always ends up working out. In one of my foundation videos, someone said that they wish I would have brought my foundation all the way up to my forehead, and I'm like, well, you can keep on wishing, because I just simply don't do that. I don't know. I have more texture on my forehead, and I found for me, and on a lot of clients, it just, sometimes putting product there just makes the whole look worse, make the whole look worse. And I've got some hormonal breakouts here, so just excuse. So as far as the finish, I would definitely say it's more so of a satin finish. It's not dewy, which totally I was shocked by. So it's not going to be dewy, it's not matte, it's right in the middle. Use a brush, it's tacky, so be mindful of that. Work fast. And of course you can see it is not full on coverage. It is definitely, I don't even know that I would call this a medium coverage. I felt whenever I tried to build it up, I didn't really see too much of a difference. So I would say definitely light, semi-medium finish. So for my concealer, I'm just gonna throw on my Estee Lauder Radiant Concealer really quickly. I'm sure they'll have a concealer soon. Their products are doing really, really well, which is awesome because this is the first Black-owned clean beauty in Sephora, and that alone is just dope. Dope, 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 dope. So now we're going to go ahead and set it with the Brilliance Powder, which is a beautiful yellow powder here, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush. We're even going to set up under the eyes with it. So going to set under here Recently, I've been using my Tatcha powder up under the eyes, and I've been loving that because it is very, very lightweight. This is very, very silky as well. And I feel like it doesn't make the under eye area look heavy or cakey. So that is a plus. Now we're just going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. Face is set. We're gonna go ahead and roll right on into the bronzer, and I got the bronzer in the shade Strength Dark. Beautiful bronzer here, and I'm gonna be using my Real Techniques. This is the light layer powder brush. For face brushes, Real Techniques is where it's at. Hands down my favorite. This is a really pretty bronzer. Love the undertone. It's not too red at all, which I'm a huge, huge, huge fan of that. It's got just the right amount of warmth to it, but not to the point to where I feel like I look overly red, or you guys will see in the wear test as days go on, because sometimes as my oils push through, it can kind of shift the shade, and that's not the product oxidizing, that's just my body chemistry, that's just oil on my face, so it does not look red. Right, and then last but not least, this beautiful, beautiful cream blush. Now, I'll go ahead and tell y'all, typically I am not someone that is into the cream blushes, just having oily skin. However, this blush, so pretty. And although it is a cream, I am going to lay this right over the powder. Typically, rule of thumb, you would want to put on all your cream products first and then set with powder. However, I've been using this one this way in this order, and it has not been a problem. So, whoa, I am just going to take my Real Techniques blush brush here, and I just go ahead and dip my brush right on in there. And it's cream. However, it does dry down on your skin, but it's not overly matte. Like, it still has a little bit of a sheen, but I don't mind it. And this shade is just beautiful. Cream blushes are all the rage right now. And don't let this shade intimidate you. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like Black women for some reason typically are afraid of blush. And I'm like, y'all, blush pulls our look together. Together. Beautiful. Yeah, see, it's not at all overly dewy. Doesn't make your skin look wet. I just love the flush of color. Then of course, to blend it out just a little more, I'm gonna go around the edges with my powder brush just to clean up. And if you felt like you got too much, you can just take some powder. You can use a little bit of your translucent powder, or if you have a little bit of a powder foundation, and you can just lightly go over it, or you can just go over it again with your sponge that you used to apply your foundation, and boom, it'll just blend it down. So this is what the face is looking like. I feel like the blush turns it all the way up. So I'm just gonna go ahead really quickly, finish up eyeshadow, brows, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I am back. The rest of my makeup is on. On my eyes, I am rocking Circa Loco. This look will be up on Thursday, so the next video right after this, but face is looking good. Currently 12:28. First client is at 2 o'clock, and I got a late night. I probably won't be done until like around 8 o'clock, so I will be sure to check in while I'm at work. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Can you focus? Focus? Ooh, there we go. Okay, so first check-in, it is 1:56. My client should be here in 4 minutes, but this is what everything is looking like. Love the finish. It's just very, very natural. It's not dewy, it's not matte, it's just right in the middle. So I'm super ticked off because my 2 o'clock decided to no-show me, so it's okay because I always have plenty of work to do, but it's just a matter of respect, you know what I mean? But whatever. Anywho, this is what the face is looking like so far. I don't feel like I am overly greasy. I do have a little bit of a sheen to me, but it ain't nothing crazy. So my next client should be here in 5 minutes. All right, you guys, so it is now 7 o'clock, and just go ahead and close out the video. So I forgot my tripod, of course. Hang on, now I have to figure out a way to finagle. Will that stay? Boom. All right, got that set up. You were literally sitting on a can of hairspray. I'm gonna take a photo, then I'll insert it in the video because this is hilarious. Boom. Okay, so let's talk about everything. First things first here, the foundation. My week of trying this, I did not like it, and here's why. I felt like I had like a greasy film on my skin. Now again, please keep in mind, I am very, very, very oily skin. I'm an oily skin girl, okay? However, I did notice a huge difference whenever I would set this with the LYS Brilliance Powder versus using my Laura Mercier. So I'm assuming that this foundation, if you're an oily skin girl, it is going to set better if you're using their powder. As far as I'm concerned with the foundation, it wasn't a wow factor for me. I wasn't wowed. I didn't really feel like it did anything exceptional for my skin. It's just kind of like, meh. It's okay. That's unfortunate. You guys know I'm always going to keep it 100 with you. Again, that's not a hit at the brand. I actually really love the brand and their aesthetic and the other products, but it's the foundation. I just feel like I have other foundations that just kind of do it for me. This doesn't really do it for me. Now, the Brilliance Powder. Love that. I love that this banana powder, it brightens a little bit, but it's not overly bright. I love the texture of this banana powder because I've played with a few, especially the pressed versions, and they just seem to be just very kind of chalky and dry. This one is not. I love the consistency of it. It's very smooth. I set it up under my eyes and my under eye area didn't get cakey. So love the Brilliance Powder. The bronzer. I love the bronzer. The bronzer is a beautiful shade. It's not too red. It's not too cool. It's right in the middle. Even when my oil pushes through, I don't feel like I look overly red because that can happen sometimes. That's just my oil. That's just my body chemistry. And the blush. Obsessed with the blush so much to the point that I am going to get other shades. So for me, the highlights of the products that I've tried, not really into the foundation. Like the Brilliance Powder, I like the bronzer, and I like the blush. I'm definitely going to make sure that I go ahead and get some of those cream blushes just simply because I love how they look on my skin. And honestly, I was really skeptical about a lot of just cream blushes in general, especially on oily skin, because sometimes they just don't stay on the skin that long, you know what I mean? But I have had my mask on all day long in work. I don't know if you can see. No, these products aren't mask proof. Nothing is mask proof, okay? So let me just go ahead and put that out there. Nothing is mask proof. However, I just love everything. It's still on. Again, the foundation, meh, but the other products, I am digging it. That is going to wrap up the LYS Beauty wear test. Again, I hope you guys understand I'm not saying that the foundation is bad. In fact, I think this foundation is probably better suited for someone who has drier skin, just simply because that's the nature of most serum foundations anyhow. And I just feel like for me, in the heat, on my oily skin, it's just kind of I don't know. That's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Down below, leave me your thoughts. I want to know, have you tried it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And also, give me your feedback on all the other products as well. I love y'all so much. You know the deal. Keep it simple, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.